So now open the item and nichrome wire, and I realize these are twice of wire. I cannot expect much, so I fit wire with dot inside. With that dot are 20 feet wire, nichrome wire 18 element plus these garbage, which is a mica sheet and electric wires, thermal cutout fuse, a diode which is 1N5395 diode, Sati diode, and there are nichrome wire. So first, my plan is that I use a nichrome wire salvage element to a air dryer, then I wind in element into the pass to the each sink tubing, and then wind around my soldering iron. My thought it maximum we get 3 feet nichrome or element wire, which is also known as a nichrome wire. But this time my wire, it is though 2 wire, it will come a 20 feet element long. So if this is a 3 feet each in, and this is a 20 feet element. If I can use all this element, we need to use a bigger each in, which is a 20 feet long, and same time my soldering iron, there is not too much space. I cannot wind more than 3 foot wire right there, because there is not too much space. We can only wind. Now if I wind this, so I can only be wind maximum 3 feet in 3 layers, like that. If we calculate a 20 foot, meaning that amount of layer, which is increase the thickness of my soldering base. That's why it is not a good idea, because it is a small soldering iron, this metal base, so it is not possible to wind out 20 feet wire in there with each leaf. So that's why now my plan is changed. I calculate the wire at 20 feet. If we divide at 240 volt, 240 volt divide in 20, that per 12 volt per foot, meaning if we track out 1 foot, take a 1 foot wire, it will take a 12 volt per foot. This is 20 foot, we can draw overall 240 volt. Instead we can use all wire. I can use only 1 foot wire, which can easily run with 12 volt supply, and it will draw up to 5 amps, which is close to watt. But this time if we were 24 volt, then we get a 2.5 ampere to that 60 volt power. So meaning if I cut this wire 1 foot and get 12 or 24 volt power supply, which can watt of power, we can make a 60 watt soldering iron 12 volt. It is also safe, because the 12 volt or 24 volt is a safe voltage, and it is not risk to damage the electric short. So that's why this time my plan is changed. Due to this long wire, I cannot expect this. I cannot that 3 feet, more than 3 foot, but it is though 2 wire like a 20 feet. Ready? I am connecting my shaft that power supply. This is my shaft that power supply, which is 450 watt power supply. I used in the previous 1 year. I repaired this, so you can see my all videos in my channel. I also link in the description. So what I can do, I can a wood board and attach to nails, and approximately 4 feet wire I tie them one pole to other pole, and my plan is that I can connect a power supply to these wires and check which distance it will eat up and which amount of wire we need, because I already tell you 1 foot will take a 12 volt, but it is roughly in calculation, but right now I'm not sure how much it will, how many different voltage or different length. Now I connect this into the 1 foot, now turn on, and you can see wires come red dot, just like a fuse, and it's done right 5 ampere. I don't have ammeter, but I think it's drawing 5 amps, and it will cut the plastic off. Let's see, can I cut the plastic with this? Be careful, never try this, because I am expert and it will cut and it will red out. You can use this thing as an engraving, I mean cutting a styrofoam also with engraver, but I cannot recommend this time. It's the plastic. Then increase a little bit distance. Right now my electrical is still hot. Now I get more distance, right? Approximately, I don't touch the wire because I did not try my hand. Somewhere 40 centimeters. Now turn on. I am still eating it. This is I put the wood piece, so it will not engrave my table, and it is quite burning smell. Well, today we are 15 amps with 12 volts. Now change the side, because I am thinking this joint, a little joint there, it might be some low resistive wire, because I don't have resistive meter like a multimeter, so that's why I cannot measure the resistive wire. But I think, so why not check this portion of the wire, it will same motor or not. Right now it's still hot. You need to carefully. Plastic will touching light paper, and it will touch light there. And I don't have styrofoam, you can use styrofoam in order to touch it, but it is not safe idea at all. Now we get centimeter and check how much wire is hot. Ooh, it is very hot, and if right now it's red hot. Right now it's drawing 10 amps of current. I think I cannot put this wire on that. I can try to bear this, but it's like strong plastic. I think off this time, because it will damage maybe my table or wood, because it is very that hot. Let's see, it's touching something. It's touching. Let's see, it touching like that way. You can see it's touching now. What we can do, I can make a 1 feet wire and cut in the half, measure 1 feet and cut off this wire to this unit, then pass to each end and then wrap into the soldering iron in front of the unit. Basically use each sleeve, cut out 15 centimeter and pass into wire, and then the power supply, and then see what's happening. It is more rising out, because this time wire is each end is melting due to there are plastic layer inside which is melt, and then it sinks down to a certain temperature. Now see, this all this tube is fits into the wire, and then it is no more smooth. If you make a soldering iron first time, then you can turn on soldering iron and put in outside the whole door house, because it is when too much smooth first time due to this sleeve is each thing is turning of plastic or some sort of spirit type compound there, which is oxidized when it's heat up, and that's why it will those shrink and shrink until it will fit. And right now I realize it is not safer. That's why I not recommend to try this at any condition. Maybe something I need a plastic to check it is not engraved my table plastic, so it will burn my wood also. Now what I can do, I get a soldering iron and open it, and this time I change a little bit, because my first plan is I wind in wire with put a 1 foot sleeve each in, and then pass the wire and then wind around this base. But I am thinking they are not safe, because while soldering it there's chance to getting a burn, and so that's why what I can do this is basically there's an element inside in this metal area. Element is totally burnt. We put out element outside already, which is miss out my table right now, and I can instead put wind around that like that, I fold this wire like this way and into this. It is though insult easily and it is very tight. Now it is not come off. And now I can get this wire, which is the air dryer wire. I got the air dryer wire to set it. Same wire I use them, and this time I don't touch the plug. But I not man do this because this is a 12-volt soldering iron. Now this soldering iron is modified. Now it's for 12 volt. Now this time we need a 12 volt DC source. That's why we can touch. If we like, we can touch there this switch and then connect the elevator clip. I recommend that because it this way it's look like real soldering iron. Some person, or if you fold it, you will modify this. You can directly plug in the 220 volts. It will do huge band blast because this is a 12 volt modification. That's why always touch the switch of the soldering iron when you modify it, so you cannot connect accidentally with mains. So right now I'm not touch this. I touch in front of you. That's why I not touch the clip. If it works, then I cut off the clip. Now turn on the power supply. Wait. There I use black wire for ground and 12 volt wire to the and in order to turn on power supply, then I connect the green and black wire to that to start up the power. Now turn on power supply. Now I turn on the power supply. Now I already this time check the short earthing of this soldering wire, while that the one lead of the switch connected to the it's in one of the lead like positive or negative terminal, and that terminal that's the body of this soldering iron, which is with a voltmeter. In order to check them, there is no any earth in body. If you made this, you can first test the earth between there and there. I not think it is a good idea in solder wire because usual soldering iron does not produce that amount of smoke.